I'd like to call the meeting of June 13th to order. Are there any additions to the agenda?
Yes.
We just have to think about it.
No, I know what it is. I wrote it somewhere. Let me find it. Give me a second. We'll get there. Okay. 6.11. I'd like to add 6.11, the following wording. Resolution to authorize the interim superintendent of schools to provide an independent educational evaluation for reading to resolve an impartial hearing filed by the district. And I can speak publicly to that. Anything about it? Okay, but that's the word. Okay, thank you, Michelle. Did you have that, Debbie, or did I lose it?
No, I got it.
Somewhere, and I lost it. I know.
You told me not to wait. Sorry. Sure.
Yes, sure. See how I did from memory.
Other additions to the agenda?
Thanks, Deb. She's got a really nice one, so we're gonna give her. Okay.
I need a motion to approve the minutes of the May 21st regular meeting.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. I need a motion to approve the consent agenda, which goes through 4.2. So treasurer's report, financial report, consideration of claims, transportation report, cafeteria report, authorization to transfer funds, authorization to payment of final bills, the bus fund, the intermunicipal agreement, cooperative bidding, and extracurricular advisors. And one more. And to revise the appointment of Holly Bradshaw.
So moved. Okay. Second.
Any discussion on any of those items? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
That moves us to participation. If anybody would like to come down to the microphone, and if you would, please state your name, and remember that there is a 3-minute time limit. She's the best. All right. We do have a teacher presentation, so we will slide to the front so that we can proceed overhead down. And Jeff Blair will be up.
You want these stackers up too?
Right.
Yeah, she has a projector on the bed at the moment.
Oh.
I want to wait and see you ready. It's all or nothing.
Okay, so my name is Jessica Poyer, and it was a pleasure to serve as the project coordinator for the Student Support and Academic Enrichment Grant this year, and I have a video that outlines its successes. Maybe.
Welcome, I'm Logan Norris. And I'm Sophia Juarez. We are here today to highlight the successes of the Student Support and Academic Enrichment Grant. Let's call it SSAE for short. One of the main goals of the SSAE grant was to provide well-rounded educational opportunities for the students in the grades K through 8. The technology we are using to communicate to you now was purchased through the grant.
Not the speakers.
We are enrolled in a grant-created class called Digital Broadcasting. Here is SSAE Project Coordinator Jessica Boyd with more on the different enrichment opportunities the grant brought to HCS students.
The SSAE after-school programs kicked off at HCS back in November with 3 new classes: Lego Robotics Junior, First Lego League, and an Ola Espanol class. During session 2, 9 classes were offered here after school. This week marks the end of session 3, which featured 12 different after-school classes. All told, about 335 HCS students in grades K through 8 participated in the after-school classes. Many students, such as 3rd grader Allie Amir, double-dipped and took more than one class at a time.
It gives us something to do that you don't usually get to do in school, like a performance or a news channel.
Allie says the SSAE after-school programs were beneficial to her in a myriad of ways.
I've improved my typing. I learning to sing and dance and express myself more. But I also really enjoy the time I got to spend with my friends who also like doing those things.
A large facet of the grant involves teaming teachers with outside professionals to grow everyone's pedagogy. Allie and her broadcasting team had the chance to work with News Channel 2 reporter Jolene Ferris.
Yeah, that.
Many of the outside professionals came in the form of professors from Colgate University.
This is a solution. Okay, so we get it where we don't want it to touch the sides or the bottom because we want the crystals to grow on the pipe cleaner.
HCS middle and high school science teacher Barb Ward taught a science explosions class to kindergarten through 2nd graders alongside 1st grade teacher Audrey Miller. Barb says the collaboration model with Colgate professors and the HCS teachers was very worthwhile.
Wonderful working with one of the professors from Colgate. It was an opportunity to brainstorm with her, actually, to the professor, and then another visiting professor showed up for our pre-lesson conference, and being able to brainstorm with those folk. And I saw, the college level, the middle and high school level, and the elementary level, and we were all able to bring something different to the table.
Barb was one of 27 HCS faculty members who taught an after-school class. Barb says her relationship with Audrey had never gone past saying hello in the hallway. She says the experience has helped toward building a positive culture at HCS.
With the teachers and with the students, I was taking some handmade paper down to Mrs. Miller's room that I had drying in the lab here, and walking down the hall, I could hear, "There's Mrs. Orth, she's got her paper, there's Mrs. Orth." And so I'm establishing a relationship with these elementary kids that, won't get to me for years, but will already have a relationship with me.
For Barb, it's also been eye-opening to see the progression of child development.
Yes, working with the elementary teachers and realizing their challenges. When I start class, I pretty much go to the front of the room and stand with my hands folded, and eventually one of the kids will go, "Y'all, she's ready, be quiet." And I look at what Mrs. Miller has to do for classroom management, and it is far different. It's given me a whole appreciation for that level.
Parent Margaret Ware has watched her daughter Sarah enjoy 5 of the different classes that she has participated in, including fiber arts.
One thing she made in fiber arts was this lovely bag, which she made by sewing on a sewing machine, which she'd never done before.
Margaret says that the takeaways from the SSAE after-school programs for her daughter cannot be measured.
Well, I think it's helped her think about her career. I mean, even though she's only in 5th grade, it's given her a taste of the broadcasting industry, communications. It's given her an interest in, as I said, the fiber arts, so kind of arts and crafts kinds of things. So, I mean, all these are things that are, possible career options for her. The Girls on the Run, I think it's just given her a lot of confidence in herself and also, counters all of those hard messages that kids get, especially as they go into those tween years and the teen years about your body, and, whether people like you, and bullying, and cliques, and getting along with other people. So that's a really there's a lot of direct messaging in there about that everybody is beautiful in their own way, and that we all can work together and do something really great.
62 students are now signed up for more grant-related fun this summer at HCS. Students in grades 1 through 5 will build, learn, and teach in Camp Adventure. Students in grades 6 through 8 will learn how to fly drones, build robots, and broadcast. We hope you enjoy learning about the impact of the SSAE grant. We sure have loved all of the opportunities.
And so I think for me, as coordinator, one of the biggest takeaways, as Barb alluded to, are the relationships that were established. Today, for example, we had HCS, we had Sage Herda here, and she was working with the Girls on the Run and Heart and Soul group. So very impactful to see a young woman who grew up here at HCS and the strides that she's been able to make at the University of Colorado, and they actually wanted to race her. And she just ran the 800 in 2 minutes flat, so, and I'm qualified for the Olympic trials, which is pretty amazing. So in closing, I just wanted to give you a little handout here. It's kind of SSAE by the numbers. We're still looking at, obviously, coordinating the summer program, as well as designing makerspace here at HCS, as well as at the Camden sites as well. And I will have to say, I think Lisa Seitz is the grant writer at BOCES, and she worked very collaboratively with Kevin Ellis and Louise Rutherford, who's the Assistant Superintendent for Instruction at Camden. And I know Kevin and I have talked several times about when you write this on paper, and then you actually see it come to fruition, and all of the pieces that you may have adjusted or you are adjusting along the way. But I would just want to say thank you to Lisa. She was great at BOCES. Kevin's been a great mentor to me. And I think when you also talk about the scope of the grant, we were the lead fiscal agent on it, so Matt probably cried when he saw it. It's been a lot of work for Matt, and I appreciate that. He's taught me a lot and been very patient, as well as Debbie Welsh and Yvette Mendez, who had to do a lot of the ordering, and Heather Vergara. And I also want to thank Chris. I've had a million questions for him this year, and I've always walked away with feeling really good about the answers that he was able to give me. This also couldn't have been made possible without our on-site coordinators. So we had programs running here since November, Monday through Thursday. That's a very big undertaking. And our on-site coordinators were Victoria Victoria Seeger, Laura Bussin, Lori Whitney, and Robette Schubert. They did an amazing job. And our teachers here are amazing. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know, but to see after 6 hours of instruction how fresh they looked and how they approached every day with enthusiasm for the kids and the relationships that they established with each other, I think, as Barb said, those can't be measured. And we brought in a lot of outside professionals, and that really, I think, broadened the horizons for teachers as well as kids. Any questions? Thank you. Okay.
Before Jess gets away, I see her that she probably has another comment. I want to thank her. Yeah, so very, very, very much. Jess came out of the classroom, part of her internship was to try this job. I mean, she left the classroom, she left that part of her career, and working with Kevin just did a phenomenal job. And Jess is being promoted. She's leaving our district because she has been offered and has accepted and has been appointed to be Director of Curriculum and Instruction of the United School District.
I really appreciate that. Hence all of my emotions. Thank you. Thank you.
Jess is very good.
All right, we are on to new business and personnel. We have several resignations, so I'll need a motion for those. Can I please have a motion for the resignations of Billy Bruno, Victoria Sager, Nicole Palkowski, Susie Beach, Regis, I'm not gonna say his name, Don Camp, sorry, Regis, Jess Boyer, and Mark Burkett.
I'll second.
Any discussion? This motion is with sincere appreciation for their services rendered to the district.
Is there still discussion, or am I too early? I can discuss.
Yes.
And I'm going to sort of make up the numbers, but a couple of these resignations are because of promotions to administrative positions. I believe 2 of these resignations are because people who have been very, very, I mean, those are 2 very fine teachers in our district who are being promoted. 2 of the people are resigning, very, very fine teachers, because they have found similar jobs closer to their home towns. And I believe there are other appropriate reasons for the others. And I just believe that the people leaving, save for maybe 1, are for the right reasons. Just wanted to let that out because there is quite a number of people leaving our district. I want to keep that.
Do we have a motion? Other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That moves us to the appointments. I feel like I should do those on.
I want to hold one of them at some point.
Yeah.
Just one of them.
So I need a motion to approve the appointment of Mark Arquette as the probationary secondary principal effective July 1 through June 30th, 2023, as recommended by the superintendent.
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion?
Great choice. Do a good job.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
I need a motion to approve the appointment of Jessica
Football, it should be LE.
Rupel. Thank you. Oh, there it is on the next line, spelled right. As a probationary music teacher effective September 1st through August 31st, 23, at step 3 of the salary schedule recommended by the elementary principal and superintendent. I'll move.
Second.
Discussion? Thanks for your work on getting a music teacher in. All those in favor? Aye. I need a motion to approve the appointment of Bridget Alexander as a probationary special education teacher effective September 1st through August 31st, 2022, at step 8 of the salary schedule as recommended by the elementary principal and superintendent.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
I need a motion to approve the following coaches as recommended by the interim athletic director and superintendent. We have Brian Rose for varsity coach for boys soccer, Devin Clive as varsity girls soccer, Carrie Stoddard as modified girls soccer, Jennifer Brooks as varsity coach for volleyball, Rick Hansen, varsity cross country, Victoria Motes, modified cross country.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? The one I skipped that was on the document was Mark Cat because of his appointment. So there's that explanation. All those in favor? Aye.
So we're still looking for
So two
fall coach for modified
and JV.
soccer and JV.
If anyone. A motion to approve the following elected appointed official work days as recommended by the superintendent. Confidential secretary, 5 days a week. Do I have to read all of these? I do, don't I? Do I have to read all of these?
No.
No.
Just take it.
Can I just have a motion?
I'll move that.
All right.
Second.
Thank you for that. Any discussion? All those in favor? Thank you. Motion to approve Ed Fabric, thank you, as a substitute cleaner, and Michelle Spencer as a substitute psychologist as recommended by the business manager, elementary principal, and superintendent.
Is we just supposed to be on there?
Yeah, wasn't he there someplace?
He's on.
No, he's on the other, where you read this thing that we're just gonna, 70%, for, so it was.
All right. Second? Second. All those in favor? May I have a motion to appoint Amanda Coger, Amanda Williams, and Ed, thank you, as part-time summer cleaners, June 24th through August 23rd. Any discussion? All those in favor? I need a motion to approve the following staff for 2019 summer SSAE program as recommended by the elementary principal and superintendent.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
I just have some questions, kind of going backwards, but what's the minimum wage now?
1110, it goes up to 1180 on December 31st.
Okay, thank you.
May I have a motion to approve the recommendations of the CSE and/or CPSE?
Second.
Discussion would happen in exec session. All those in favor? May I have a motion to lease one school bus to the Village Recreation Commission for the summer program, following stipulations?
Second.
Any discussion? It's very helpful to have that, so thank you. Parent appropriate.
Can I just ask one question?
Yeah.
Before they, right? So it says that improved active school bus driver, I know we've had trouble with getting drivers. Is it just active bus drivers, or is it also people that we've had doing it this year too, as the fill-in, part-time, whatever you call that?
We could position those.
Yeah.
It's been so that there were no problems this year.
Okay.
Just in order for it to be our bus, it has to be somebody on our line for the DMV roster.
Okay.
But
That's what I was concerned about. I know that in the past.
Yes.
Okay.
no problem.
May I have a motion to approve the class certification list for graduation, contingent on each member completing all graduation requirements? The ceremony will be held on Saturday, June 29th at 10 a.m. Mr. Daniel Rains has been selected by the class of 2019 to be their commencement speaker. Motion?
Second.
Board members, if you wish to be there, please let Abby know ahead of time and be in the superintendent's office by 9:45 that morning. All those in favor?
Aye.
A discussion and potential recommendation and action to approve for the tuition increases,
Non-residents.
non-resident tuition. You want to take this one?
3705 for previously grandfathered students and siblings was increased by 3%, roughly the budget increase. So that will go to almost 3,600. And the current 5835 for all other applicants, 3% increase, 5665. It's being recommended.
No,
It's not being recommended.
5,835, the first numbers are the ones being recommended.
Oh, I'm sorry, I read them.
Yeah.
The other way around. We're starting at 3597 and going to 3705, thank you. And 5665 going to 5835, thank you.
Does anybody have any discussion?
Is that also a 3% increase, or?
Yeah, they're 3% increases. I read the numbers backwards here.
No, that part I know.
Are we good to do a motion on this? Does anybody have any discussion or anything we
It's
need?
pretty straightforward.
More on? All right, then can I have a motion to approve the 2019-2020 non-resident tuition rates? That made it up more.
I'll move.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I have a motion to approve the summer curriculum proposals as recommended by the principals and superintendent.
So move.
Second.
Discussion?
You look good.
All right, all those in favor? Aye. May I have a motion to approve Hamilton's participation in the following combined fall sports programs as recommended by the interim athletic director and superintendent for the 1920 school year? It's field hockey modified with Marshall Eaton and boys varsity JV and modified football with Waterville.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I don't want to show my ignorance, but what about varsity field hockey?
There isn't anybody interested at this
No.
time.
Okay, thank you.
Just modified.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. That moves us to 6.8, which is the strategic plan report.
Back in January, we did kind of guess a midterm report to the board. And the way we did it then was to give you kind of what had been completed in the strategic plan. And what this document is those completions plus, those completions plus the continuing, any additional completions, plus the continuing priorities, the things we're trying to achieve soon. Each administrator that leads one of the pieces is here. So So Chris, very quickly, if there are any additions to the technology that were completed from January to now, would you point them out? I don't believe them were.
No.
I believe what we had completed by January, we didn't complete anything else. Now, Chris, if you just quickly speak to the, without reading necessarily priorities, what are you hoping to do in the next maybe 6 to 12 months?
My focus going forward, particularly next year, is going to be pretty intensely on instruction and curriculum integration. I feel like in the time that I've been here so far, we've gone a long way to really sort of shoring up the nuts and bolts of the network, getting the teachers and the students what they need, and God willing, getting the support from the state. We'll complete that task once and for all. So I really want to begin the process of looking at national standards for technology, and then crosswalking those with the very thorough and specific curriculum maps that we already have here in every grade level, and finding ways that that those standards can be merged together, so that we can have a sort of a baseline of what a Hamilton graduate, the skills that they'll have when they leave us, will be something that we can sort of assess. So the short story is curriculum and instruction.
And the next area, Bill? Sure. Did I jump over to go the wrong place? Was anything accomplished additionally since January? I don't believe so. No. And you have the what? The faculty and staff. Do you have priorities that you could just kind of summarize?
Yeah, two that kind of marry each other are, a number of our teachers are involved in PLCs, professional learning communities, outside of the building. What I would like to see is the infusion of PLCs within the building, so we can have cross-collaboration between the elementary, as Barb alluded to in the SSAE grant, having our high school teachers work with our elementary teachers, having our elementary teachers work with our high school teachers to collaborate on best practices and sharing of ideas and expertise. And that will go to number 2, develop and implement a plan to engage learning walks, having our teachers work together on best practices. Maybe an elementary teacher is an expert in class management that a high school teacher could use. So just that cross-collaboration between the pre-K through 12 continuum with PLCs.
Questions? Bill, thoughts, comments? Okay. Family and community engagement, Mary?
That was mine, no advancements since January. Chris is going to unfortunately pick up this one. So to explore the various platforms of communication with parents, we've been looking at a couple of them. Chris is really interested in the Google Classroom, taking one also at Seesaw, so unfortunately Chris is going to be taking that one. More responsibility.
Kevin, did anything change, anything additionally accomplished in the academic culture?
Just really one since January. We did do some initial PD with our project-based learning group, Magnified Learning. They were here for a couple days to help us do needs analysis and assessment, find out what direction we wanted to go as a district, do some foundational work, really ready for the summer 5-day workshop with 30 teachers. There'll be 2 separate workshops that go on, an elementary workshop and middle school, high school workshop. So that's one piece that's happening and is ongoing. We're working right now to add to our RTI plan. That's going to be a living document always, where the needs are of our kids. We're always looking for strategies that are going to help kids. We're really looking deeply at social emotional support for kids in elementary school. That's something that's new in the last 10 years or so. We really had to kind of add strategies at different levels, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 for kids, that are coming from some high stress places and are coming to school and need a little help with developing tools to help them cope better and feel safe, those sorts of things. So we're constantly doing that.
Any questions of anyone? What do we have, another 2 2 years on the plan? Was it a 3-year document or 4? I can't remember. Or is it just an ongoing? There is no end in sight. 5. Okay, 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. Okay. Yeah, let's keep working on it. Our plan was a priority, and we were able to kind of compartmentalize, what we could to try to achieve things. Okay? Thanks.
I need a motion to take from the table from the April 9th board meeting, the 7003 policy.
Second.
All those in favor? Take from the table. Now, any discussion on that? Or are we ready to move it? Or are we, is this first reading? So now it's off the table. Any discussion on 7003 or 5110? Mission of foreign students or district safety plan and building emergency response plan.
You go first reads, right?
Who is our chief emergency officer?
At the reorganization meeting, we're going to recommend Matt Crum. I won't be recommending Matt Crum, but I believe Bill will.
Okay. I'm just curious. Do we have one right now?
No, that's a change in the requirement. That's the requirement.
Okay, that's new.
As a random little thing on the emergency response plan, they all say page 1 of 2, page 2 of 2, page 3 of 2.
Thank you, Helen.
I know that's earth-shattering, but...
No, thank you.
I was looking at page 3 of 2, and I'm like,
Thank you.
what?
It should say 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and 3. Thank you.
Can I have a motion to appoint David Oakes as an impartial hearing officer as recommended by the superintendent?
Second.
Discussion would happen in executive session, correct?
Correct.
All those in favor? Where did we stick your appointment?
No, it's right there, 611.
All right. May I, see, I moved it, that's 611. A motion to authorize the interim superintendent of schools to provide an independent educational evaluation for reading to an individual student to resolve the district's request for an impartial hearing.
And I can speak to this publicly in this regard, and Mary can fill in if we need to. There are times, whether it's a parent referral or whether it's a committee determination, to do an evaluation of a child. In this particular instance, there was a parent referral for the child to be evaluated for potential IEP or 504 services. We took a look at the evaluation we had done for the child and had determined that our evaluation was the right evaluation at that time. The parent requested an independent educational evaluation. We said that we were not going to do it. So we said no. When a district says no to an independent educational evaluation, the district must immediately file for an impartial hearing. So the district then effectively hires an attorney, brings the parents into an impartial hearing process, and the hearing officer will make a determination. If the hearing officer sustains the district, then we don't do an independent educational evaluation. If the hearing officer says, no, district, you should have honored this, you erred, then we're responsible to do that. We worked with the parent and we came to a compromise on the matter, and we've effectively split what the cost will be to do an independent educational evaluation. We determined that we're going to do this. In this instance, there's no board policy, there's no administrative reg that authorizes me to do it. We'll fix that down the road. I'll work with Bill. So I need the special authorization to effectively split with the parent and share the results, and we'll go from there. So we think it's the better alternative than to go to a hearing that we are going to trigger. So that's the background on that one. So we're recommending it. If you have a question without mentioning names or anything.
No, so this is not creating policy, this is a single event.
It's a resolution. It's a resolution of a dispute. And as a resolution of dispute, I'm asking for authorization to resolve it. And we have a letter ready to go that lays it out legally as a resolution of a dispute.
And when it says to provide an independent educational evaluation, is to provide half of the funding for.
Correct. That's correct. It's a little more than half.
Well,
52, 53%.
Okay, my first read of this is that you were doing the evaluation, so that's why I appreciate the clarification.
Authorize me to provide, I see what you said.
Yeah.
Should we change the word provide to something better?
Well, I mean, I think.
So the district can do that. I'm
It is setting policy, it is setting precedent, and when someone else comes up with the same thing, they're going to look at that and look at the language and say, this is what you did before. It doesn't mean you have to do it, but it's clearly going to make.
You're correct, Paul, and that's why I think I want to somehow fix the administrative reg on it.
Right.
So that it does become something that we would do the right way. But you're right, it does read that I'm providing the evaluation. So
To approve partial financial.
motion to authorize the interim superintendent of schools to what?
Partial funding for. Approve partial funding.
Partial funding for an independent education evaluation. To approve partial funding. Yep, thank you. Excellent. Thank you for reading it that way. Didn't read it that way when I wrote it. Thank you.
It's because you knew what it meant when you wrote it.
I know, isn't it funny?
It is funny.
So thank you.
All those in favor?
Who took action on that?
You didn't move
I
it
think we
second.
did.
Oh, I discussed again before moving second. Do it again.
Well, no, you moved and seconded, and then I thought.
I didn't hear anybody.
All right.
Al's moving to the second.
Now we discuss.
Now we discussed.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Threw me off my game.
That's from my whole self. Thank you, thank you.
That brings us to section 7, information and correspondence. We will start with the administrator's reports. Do we have a background on this time? Matt, you're up.
I'm good.
Tech. We're just finishing over 100 CSE meetings, so we're happy to those are behind us.
We're just really getting ready for the end of this year, but just as importantly, the start of next year, class placements, class sizes, where people will be next year. Lots of meetings, but we're very busy.
What are the grade level class sizes like at the elementary level?
Yeah, so your kindergarten changes from day to day, because you have some late registrations. We're currently at 38. No, I'm sorry, 34 for kindergarten. First grade is at 44 for next year, and second grade next year is 37. Fifth grade is our other question leader, there's 55. That's definitely going to be 3 sections. But when we consider placement and classes, population is only one piece of it. There's a large part of this is the needs of the students within each class, and each class presents itself with some very, very different needs. So it's been a decision process. I've met with every group of teachers that work with the kids in the primary and ask for input and advisory. And it's a decision that we'll be making here within a week or so. But like I said, it's fluid because of with kindergarten registration. It makes it tricky.
Today was a fun day. We had senior prank and senior send-off was a ton of fun. All the teachers got cubed. I don't know if you know what that means, but so the seniors went into all the teachers' printers and put in a little cube figure their paper, so when they print randomly, they'll get a piece of paper that comes out and says, "You've been cubed." It's kind of a fun, cute thing that they were really proud of. They painted the barn, they camped out, you know, the traditional stuff. Our senior pranks compared to other schools are terrific. Our kids are really good and they have fun with it. They do what?
Park funny.
Yeah, they park funny in the parking lot and they write all sorts of stuff in chalk. So it was really good. It was a fun day. We had more good news yesterday. Syracuse.com, U.S. News World and Report released their top schools in the Syracuse area. We're number 6. So that's excellent. So kudos to all of our teachers, students, parents, faculty, everything. It's a really nice honor. The FFA banquet was last night. It was wonderful. The Hammies, Jazz Cafe, CTE completion ceremonies are coming up. We have the middle school and high school award ceremonies coming up. So it's a busy time, but it's a fun time. It's a good time.
Not much to report from me. I got an email from the state at 4 o'clock today saying that there were more revisions I needed to make to the Smart Schools Bond Act. I'm going to be working on those furiously tomorrow, make sure I get them in tomorrow before their meeting on Monday.
So basically it's a smart bond, but no system.
That's right. Considering that we just turned it in again a week ago, and they didn't catch these errors. But it's fine, I'll go through the process. 2:30 is the meeting, they're going to be live streaming it on Monday, and we will be on the docket.
Yep.
Hell or high water.
We are cautiously optimistic for Monday. Cautiously.
With this process, you may be very cautiously
Guardedly optimistic, right, Chris?
Yes, for sure.
Working on that tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, it'll be in before noon.
Great.
Yeah.
Superintendent update. Mine is your last one.
I know it is. I got nothing to say.
Okay.
Is that true?
I can't believe this is the last board meeting. I know I'm going to push it.
Save that for later.
Oh, wait. Deep breath, Pete. Suck it up. What an experience here. That's it. What an experience you guys have. Phenomenal. Keep going. I guess I'm going to get better now. This community, these kids, our teachers, our staff, you know, every day, it's there, every day. And it's unbelievable. So I am so grateful for this opportunity. I go back to Donna Jarko's cookies, which was late February, early March of 2018. I remember my interview with the board as if it were yesterday. I have no idea why you hired me. I said things in that interview. I got back in my car and I hit my head on the steering wheel. You know, if you're looking for this, don't hire me. I actually said that in an interview. If you're looking for somebody to do this, you don't want me. And there were some other, like, crazy things, you know. I don't even think you guys got to your questions, like, you know, what's your management style and what's your philosophies, because I think they just, so I got the call the next day, saying that the board wanted to offer you a job, and I couldn't wait to get here. I really couldn't. That's all I got. Thanks.
I'm not going to talk about Pete, I'm going to get him off the hook. But I want to follow up on two things that Bill said. I've been attending the Jazz Cafe for more than 20 years, since my kids were on it. And I spoke to Mike, but I wanted to be official in the board record. This Jazz Cafe and those students, and under Mike's direction, hands down the best I've ever seen phenomenal work that he's done, giving these kids confidence to do solos, complex solos. It was a Broadway caliber production. It was a pleasure to be there. So I just want to say that, and then I'll also just sort of throw in several people, I'm sure will reinforce this. The FFA banquet last night, the confidence that those kids display, the public speaking skills that they are developing through FFA and under Johanna, absolutely stunning. Yeah, so just two examples of what Pete's saying about how we get it done every single day.
The budget vote analysis was shown as an attachment in the minutes. I don't think we have to go over it. It just is what it is. We had 80% yeses. So, pretty good. The senior class future plans. Should we do that? No, we're going to do that? Oh, we're not. There are some attachments, and they're there. Very proud of all of these students. So many are going to everybody's going to wonderful colleges or have great employment or other plans ahead of them, and I just know that they're going to really do this world proud. So I'm really proud of them, and I know everybody sitting in this room is, so if they watch, which I doubt they will, but we're very proud of you. Board meeting discussion regarding day, week, time for each month. I think we should hold on most of that conversation until the rework meeting, if we can. Except for those.
Yeah, at the reorg meeting, actually, I have to do a schedule for you for the date, so I plan to do what kind of day I'm looking at doing, so I can look at the calendar and present something to you. Except for these dates listed, that's kind of what we...
So the first one is July 11th, it's the reorg meeting, and the regular meeting we start at 5. We hope to have the August 3rd.
No, the
third week in August. Okay, I was reading that wrong. So do we want to stick with Thursdays for those of us that are here to answer that?
As good as anything else as far as I'm.
Yeah, works for me.
All right, does that give you enough?
Yeah, and I'll actually give you a draft of the dates that I picked, and then the other ones that I've got listed here. Just for the July 11th, because Corey's not going to be here, and he wants a stipend. I think we're going to hold it in the computer lab next to my office. Just so you know.
I'm going to say that louder. So we're doing the reorg meeting on the 11th. We are Skyping in from California. So that Corey can participate in that meeting since he's not here the month of July.
You just don't want to be nominated for
We will be in
anything.
the computer room next to the superintendent's office for that meeting. We'll put signs up, at least.
All right, so you're close. Do you prefer Skype or Google?
Probably Skype. Whichever you prefer.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm prepared for either one.
Let's do Skype then.
For what it's worth, I told you that I also couldn't be there on that date, so I'll fly in for you.
You want it?
Sure.
All right. It's a whole new world. Where will you be Skyping in from?
Maine.
Okay, so one California, one Maine. Bring us into this whole new world.
Maybe we will do Google Meet then.
All right.
So that's easier to do multiple people.
All right, Google Meet
Yes.
from Maine and California. Good? All right, very exciting. That brings us to summer hours, office hours, 4 days a week. And Fridays, there will be one office opened, and that's always posted when you come into school, so you'll know which one that is. Before we move on to the
Yes,
anything,
I have one thing too.
Pete's got something before we.
Before we do this, the board president.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add to the superintendent's report. I got Is he going to say a few words?
Yes, he's next.
Then I'm going to be quiet now.
He's prior to my board
Good, thank you. Great.
So I want to welcome Mark down and congratulate him again. He's just got a couple things. Ellen, if you want to give him your microphone over there. You can go to the table,
Right there, it's all you.
Think about hearing me. Is it okay if I let you know the microphone?
Chris, you good?
Yes, I think.
Is that?
All right, you're good.
First, thanks everyone. This is a great opportunity for me. I'm going to miss the classroom very much, but I'm excited to be able to work with all of the amazing teachers, students, and staff that we have in the district. To kind of echo Harry and Pete, we do have a lot of great things going on in the district, and I very much look forward to being a part of that in this new role. Throughout the years, I've had an opportunity to work with a lot of different people, and I've heard a lot of different ideas that have been put out there to move this district in a positive direction. I look forward to taking those ideas, making them a reality, moving the district in that positive direction while we try to achieve our common goal of educating all of our students. Hamilton has been my home for 17 years, and I can tell you without a doubt that I'm 100% sure that this is the place that I want to be, and I thank you very much for this opportunity. My door will always be open, and I look forward to many conversations that we're going to have as we move forward. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. That brings us to a few special thank yous I have to end this meeting. First, our interim superintendent, Pete Puzzo. As we said already, a little while ago, we met you in the library just above here, and we were excited for our school district when you left that interview. We didn't know you'd be here as long as you are, nor did we know that you would leave such an impact on our school in such a short time. Pete's calm, enthusiastic, humble, caring, and dedication will truly be missed. We know that you and your wife are excited about the upcoming travels, and we wish you both the best as you cross the pond and have some fun, and hopefully relax a little bit. We will miss your smile and your grace. Thank you for making our school your school, and for loving everyone inside the building with all of your heart. It showed each and every day. Thank you, Pete.
It's always nice to hear those words while you're alive. I mean, sometimes, yes. Thank you. I'll be quick. May I look?
Yes,
Oh, wow. That is really nice. Thank you. This is it, right? That's the one I couldn't remember. It took me 5 to 6 months to learn the phone number. Everything began with 607 for me instead of 315, and I could never get used to 824. And then I always forgot the last 4 numbers, so. Thank you, board. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Our second thank you goes to our friend and teammate, Paul Lehman. Paul has been a steady force on our team for the past 3 years, keeping us on track, in line, honest, and fair. He has put time in with the BOCES board, a member of the policy committee, and with the Emerald Foundation. And I think I know them. We are grateful for your time and commitment that you have given this board and all you've done to help move Hamilton Central School to where it is today. So thank you.
think by now I better have that down. Very cool. I just wanted to take a brief moment to thank everyone. You know, I was really humbled when I was asked to serve on the board. And I just want to say, you know, I'm proud of the work we have done. I think it's been a total team effort. And what's been great about the board is we've been willing to be honest and challenge one another and also respect each other in the process, whether we agreed or disagreed. And I think that's rare. You don't see that all the time. I just think this school is an incredible place, and I wish that I could give it more time. I'd like to put to bed some rumors that I've heard on why I'm leaving. I find them fascinating and humorous, but but it's one reason and one reason only. In my job that I actually get paid for, I've just been given a lot more of increased responsibilities, and I just don't have time. And I can't, same with the BOCES board, when I can't even get through the meetings that I need to be done for a meeting, I take this seriously, and I want to be here prepared, and if I can't do that, then I shouldn't be here. So thank you all for the opportunity. Wish you all the best of luck. It's been a great ride, and I love you guys. This is a great school. So thanks for the honor of being able to serve.
Our last thank you tonight goes out to all the staff, faculty, and families that support our students each and every day. Thank you all for creating an environment of enthusiasm for learning, appreciation for growing, and room for making mistakes along the way. You lead by example and make our students the best that they can be. Thank you all very much, and I hope you enjoy your summer. You have a little longer to work still, but it's our last meeting, so I hope you enjoy your summer. We do have cake. So please do not leave without having some. It's a celebration cake for you. So please have some cake. We need a motion to adjourn. We'll take a quick break for cake. But then we have executive session. Oh, there's community. Did I miss it?
Yeah, number 8.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Community participation before we get to Travis, come on, Travis.
I'll just speak.
Okay.
Just kind of echo a couple things been said. Maybe I'll speak on behalf of the community, I guess. I want to personally thank Peter, first to you. When you first came in, I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I always thought that the role of an interim superintendent should be to make sure the building doesn't burn down and just keep, but you didn't have that option. And you helped the district through a rough patch with humor, but strong professionalism. And I thank you very much for that. And Paul, you always kept safety in the forefront. Safety has always been your area. At times, you're the only person that kept safety. And I really appreciate that. Also, you've always thought 3 steps ahead. You never think in the moment. You're always thinking of the impacts, and the board will miss that, and I appreciate it all the time. And you're also the first person I saw vote no on a motion, and that was great.
It's a bad job.
I remember why you did it, and I appreciate it. I wish you both well in your future endeavors, and thank you for your time here.
Thanks. Thank you, Travis. Thank you.
Thank you for keeping me track. So I need a motion to move to exec session. There will be no
action.
There will be no action after exec session. However, we do have a board retreat after we adjourn from exec session. So please have some cake, and thank you very much for coming.
Where is it?
Oh, wait, I need a motion. Up at the top.
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning, of moving to exec session? After the cake break. Thanks.
Thank you.